Okay, so before we get started, I just kind of want to say that for all the CZ people out there, that I love CZ. I'm no way bashing them as a company. They're probably in my top three all-time firearms companies. Like, I just love everything that they do, and they really produce some really solid firearms. But this one I've been looking for a while. This is the CZ Bren 2 in 14-inch 5.56, and I really do love it. So when I got it, I had been looking for one for a while and trying to get some new firearms for the channel, and this one just was on my wish list for probably about a year, and I finally got a hold of one. And once I got it, I was just like obsessed with it. I love the look of it. Even these new aluminum hand guards, they're great. I think they look really clean, and I'm super impressed with just about everything on here. But after playing with it for a while, before even firing any shots out of this firearm hasn't been fired by me at all yet. We've only had this for about 2 weeks now. But I've seen some things on this that I want to bring to your attention because I'm a little disappointed in them, to be perfectly honest. So looking at it, it's a really cool firearm. But one of the issues that I've seen with this thing, looking down into the inside, you'll have to bear with me. I don't have my camera stand right now, but this right here, the latch that releases the magazine, that thing is crazy. So it's really squared off. It's like a block. It's square, completely square. And one thing I've noticed, no matter what magazines I've used, Magpul, Lancer mags, aftermarket junk Chinese mags, and then even these CZ mags, is that block is already starting to wear on these magazines. You can see this. So if you're using some polymer magazines, this thing is really starting to eat into these magazines, and it makes it really difficult to get in there. So it's, as you can see, there's that initial kind of push, and then it snaps into place. And a lot of guys may like that because it's, you know, well seated in the mag well, but it's really rubbing up on these magazines, and I can see that being an issue here in the future. I don't know why they didn't Dremel that down to kind of like a U shape where it just slides right over and then locks into place on the flat top portion of it. So that was the first thing I noticed that I really didn't like, because it really is hindering the magazine insertion, and that's, I don't know, not too crazy about that, to be perfectly honest. Another little thing I noticed is that this safety selector is crazy when you're trying to switch it back on to safety. So like I said, bear with me, but trying to get this thing to go back in with your knuckle without having to use two hands or break grip on the firearm itself is difficult. So if I'm just doing it, operating it normally like an AR, that's pretty daggone hard to get it to go into. I have to use both fingers on both sides, so that's pretty difficult right there. And I know that everyone's going to say aftermarket parts, or there's some little thing that'll make it better, or whatever it may be, but this is an expensive firearm. So this thing coming to me, I kind of want it to be ready to go, and you know, easy use. That's what I'm looking for from this thing. I want it to be just buttery smooth and awesome, which it definitely is, and we'll get to that later. But the big drawdown on this thing that kind of really made me upset was this adapter block. So this is an SB Tactical folding adapter, brace, whatever you want to call it, thingamajig. I really like this. They sent this to us to test out and demo with this firearm specifically, and I really like this, and I'm really excited to show you this on camera, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that you can see I have put electrical tape around this thing, as I've seen some people comment online about it, and as you can tell there is so much play in that brace adapter block. It really moves a ton. You hear that? I don't understand that. Like, I don't know why that's on there. I don't know why it's so loosely fit. It's pretty easy to slide in and out of there. It just has that little latch and a little push pin, and it comes right out. But I don't understand why it doesn't fit to the firearm, to the upper receiver or to the lower receiver. I don't understand what the deal is. So that is a huge issue. So when I called CZ to talk to them about why this isn't working and maybe get some warranty repairs done on this thing, the guy on the phone said that he was aware of this issue, and it's kind of, you know, I'm paraphrasing a bit here, but that it kind of is part of how it works. It's fine, and that if you shoulder it, it doesn't wobble as much. That's exactly what he said. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if I shoulder it, it doesn't wobble that much. Like, I paid almost $2,000 for this gun. Like, it should be daggone almost perfect for $2,000. Like, dang. You're telling me that I'll just shoulder it, it'll be fine? No, that's not what I paid for. So that's really disappointing to me. And even putting that electrical tape on there didn't stop the wobble. That's modest compared to what it was. If I take that electrical tape off, you're gonna see on the inside here, without even firing it, there's wear already on it. There's metal starting to shave off on the inside. So for $2,000, daggone guys, we gotta get this together. All right, so I'm gonna send this thing in, and we will see what CZ ultimately does with it. See y'all soon.